Let me ask you something. What do you think will happen if Andre Ager decides to reveal the truth to the world? It would be just one of those tabloids where an ex-employee from Area 51 reveals top-secret info. No matter how plausible the testimony, the man never has proof. People don't believe him. Is it because he's lying? Most likely. But in many cases, it's the other way around. Of course the government won't keep files in his name. And of course they scrub every last shred of evidence suggesting he ever worked there. The absence of proof, paradoxically, became the proof. I'm not lying, I did work there, but they erased all the files and then my memories. Ring any bells? My name doesn't mean anything. However, if Mr. Evan Goldstein himself comes out and says something, that's a different story. And you know how people love faces. The story of the poor orphan kid who became a brilliant millionaire and wins everybody's heart. They don't seem to realize they've been told the same old story over and over again. And still, they always fall for it. I'm sure they would believe your nonsense that comes out of your mouth. We're doomed as a species, no doubt about it. I may be more Evan than you, but as far as people are concerned, you, and only you, are Evan. That is why, my friend, the responsibility was on your shoulders. But instead, you just ran away. You ran away taking everything that should have been mine. Seems you weren't so upset with what they created after all. Do you think I enjoy doing that? Do you think I had a good time seeing you like that? Do you think I didn't feel like the scum of the earth? Do you have the slightest clue the hell I've been through since then? Why do you think I ran away? I couldn't take being a part of that anymore. Okay, hold on, time out. What part? You could have talked to me. We could have found a way. Why do you think I brought you here? I know I should have done it sooner. But I couldn't, Andre. I couldn't. They were keeping an eye on me more than you. I was the public figure after all. And I was so little, I could barely understand what was going on. I didn't know who to call for help. I didn't have anyone. They kept me alone and locked away. I was so scared. But that's about to change. Don't you get it, Andre? It was never about us. I'm not your enemy, nor are you mine. We've got one enemy in common. The ones who put us through all of this. The ones who created Evan. And I'm sure they also wanted this. To separate us. To sow resentment between us. To keep us silent. To keep us alone against the world. This is what they always wanted. Are you gonna keep doing that, what they want? I didn't bring you here to keep fighting. So what do you plan to do? Hold some press conference and spit everything out? Do you think that scenario ends with you alive and breathing? They'll chase you forever. You know how that ends. I know, and I don't care. I've got nothing left to lose. Don't worry, I won't mention you. What the hell? Toast my name in it too. What? If we're going to sync Upbring, we have to do it right. I'm in. Whatever it takes to tear them apart. Though they're so large, it might not make any difference. Andre, I guess I'm not the only one who's changed. What I'm trying to say here is, for all the pain I've caused, Okay. I just wanted to say that from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. I thought those words will never come out from your mouth. Are you feeling okay? Did you go to some spiritual retreat and find yourself? Seriously, where the hell are we? Well, actually, it's a long story. I think we've exhausted Nicola's patience as well. Well, alright. I'm sorry to say, it really is a very long story. So, I'd settle in. Okay, so all I know right now is that Upbring is the bad guy of this game, the true bad guy, and it seems that these people, the Evan, was never exist. It's just a collective figures, I guess. And apparently, they want to take it down, the Evans. All right, so I came here because it is believed that this island keeps the secret of eternal life. See that line of monoliths that goes all along the seashore? They're hieroglyphs and... Wait, I know this story. You do? Years ago, I heard rumors about Upbring having a secret base in a place like this. Oh, the bastards are everywhere, huh? So Dysis was right. I didn't believe it either. I didn't believe it then. Me neither, but in any case, the immortality thing is a lie. I just finished translating all the monoliths. It's obvious it's a lie. I'm surprised you fell for something like that. Any ideas? Should I have some? No. I just hope you'd come up with something. You're the genius, after all. Everybody seems to believe that genius and magician are the same thing. I can perform miracles, Vincent. So, there is, nothing we can do? Just joking, I'm not being completely honest with you. I can perform miracles, and I do have ideas. Really? Though, that doesn't mean you're going to like what I'm going to suggest. I guess it's better than nothing. I'm all ears. What does the message say? Eternal as the sun, our sacred place is not. Nor will become eternal he who looks for eternity. Because the same man who on this land all ego abandons will know the search of it meaning lacks. Only consciousness was and is forever. My endless true eternity. It's perfect, but somewhat long, don't you think? We could make some changes. Changes? We could modify the message. What for? And how the heck do you expect us to rewrite them? I don't speak ancient hieroglyph puzzle. I didn't say anything about rewriting them. Wait here. So... Oh, is this... So they manipulated the hieroglyphs with teleportation to alter the message? Is that it? Vincent, come here. What is he up to? What? Look at this. Oh, he changes. You open a portal on top of the monoliths that leads to the same monoliths. You weren't paying attention, were you? Look closer. It's different. Did you exchange them? The one from our left is now to our right, and vice versa. Andre, just what are you up to? I was wondering it would be difficult to form a new message based on the original, and as soon as you read it to me, I realized it wouldn't be. We'd just exchange some monoliths and repeat others. Indeed, something totally different could be achieved with a message somewhat opposite than the original. Eternal as the sun, our sacred place is not, nor will become eternal he who looks for eternity, because the same man who, on this land, all ego abandons, will know the search of it meaning lacks. Only consciousness was and is forever, my endless true eternity. This one's the original, right? 46 monoliths, 46 words. But I propose the following. Eternal is my son, and eternal will become he who not abandons our sacred place, because only on this island the same man is forever, endless through eternity. Yeah, that does imply that the immortality thing works, but only on this island. 28 monoliths, 28 words. Notice that I'm only changing the order of some words, or repeating them. And finally, I discard the unnecessary ones. Eternal is my son, and eternal will become he who not abandons our sacred place, because only on this land the same man is forever, endless through eternity. I still don't get why we want to do that. Look, I've got an idea. Why don't you let me do the talking and you keep your questions for the end? Go on. Your friend, Clover, right? What is it that he wants the most above all things? To not die? Vincent, you really suck at this. Based on your descriptions, Clover only cares about one thing, his sister. It doesn't matter if he saves himself or not, he just cares about saving Dysis. And what we could do is give him precisely that. Wait, so they lie? Because if the island doesn't... Okay, so if the island doesn't actually make you immortal, so it's all just a lie, then Dysis at home, Dysis, the baby Dysis... No, so Clover arrived... So, okay, time out. So basically, Clover did come earlier than Dysis, but it's not the same Dysis. So he just they lied. Or more accurately, we could make him believe that. Exactly, he lied. I'm gonna tell you this now. We can't save him. Neither him nor her. They are on death's doorstep already. There's nothing we can... But we can make him believe the opposite. Imagine the following scenario. You go back to Clover's house with the notebook in your hands. You tell him, Clover, it's real. The legend is real. You give him the notebook and you tell him to come here for the artifact. You offer to take care of Dysis in the meantime. Clover, filled with hope, heads to the island. And he starts to decipher the message, monoliths after monolith. Remember though, that this isn't the original message, but ours. Anyways, during his journey, Clover discovers someone else was also sent to the island. It's a girl who's also looking for something there. This girl decides to join him in his search, and they become close. Clover completed the message. He learns that the whole island is the artifact, and that the immortality is granted by the island from the moment you step on its shores. A bit of disappointment sinks into Clover, now that he knows the artifact is not something he can take home to Dysis. But suddenly, the girl comes up with a theory that it wasn't immortality that the island granted, but rather that the island exists outside of time as we know it. Time doesn't pass normally on the island, and as a result, hours, days, months, and years didn't pass as usual there, making everything and everyone on it unaging, immortal, and eternal. That's when the girl also discovers that she is actually Dysis, Clover's sister, who had been sent by you. Due to the temporary gap that was generated, because remember, Clover arrived first, Dysis was also able to reach his age outside the island, and then head there years later. Clover, obviously, doesn't notice that span of years because he was on the island the whole time. In any case, getting back to the story, and just when Clover thought everything was lost, he realizes that what he's been looking for has been in front of him all the whole time. Dysis also reveals that she was never sick in the first place. Clover, seeing that his sister has grown and lived a good life, that she is alright, and that they can still keep seeing the one another as long as he stays there, he becomes happy. All of his worries vanish, a smile spreads across his face. He decided to stay and live on the island, to postpone his death forever. The following days are happy. They're perfect. Dysis visits him from time to time, until the day comes when Clover, eventually, dies. But he dies believing everything. He dies happy. It's beautiful, fantastic, and the audience cries, laughs, cue the applause. What do you think? It all just came to me brilliant, isn't it? As if it was the ending of some emotional video games. Funny you say that. It's the most twisted thing I've ever heard. I knew you wouldn't like it. You never like my ideas. Just listen to what you're saying. It's absurd. Vincent, look at this damn place. Eternal life? In ancient civilization? A message engraved on monoliths? Don't you think it's already absurd enough? Do you really think adding some extra details will make it less believable? Isn't this what you wanted? Doing something for him? Maybe we can avoid his leaving this world, but we can at least direct how he lives it. Giving him a worthy end, full of adventure and emotion. And die believing a lie? Look, Vincent, I'm sure that today somebody died believing you're a genius. It was their truth their whole life. The truth only ceases to be true when you find out it's a lie. And Clover will never find out. Although it won't be the truth for us, it will be for him. Even though if that truth just lasts an ephemeral moment, you can decorate it as much as you like. A lie is a lie. And just, it's not right. It doesn't feel right. I want to believe everybody deserves a happy ending. And suddenly that's not right. Our whole lives were a lie. What's the difference? Do you want us to do something for Clover or not? Didn't you say you'd do anything for him? Let me recall. What was the other option? Oh yeah, leave him to die at home with the baby, who also dies. In absolute solitude. But anyway, I'm not gonna judge you. It's your decision after all. Where are you going? Aren't we going to join poor Clover on his final days? Time passes while we ponder. Yeah, let me turn down the volume a little bit. Wait. Yes? The message. Your message is shorter than the original. What are you going to do with the remaining monoliths? You'd be surprised all of the problems that high powder explosives can solve. You're gonna blow them up? What? Afraid someone's going to hear us? We're in the middle of nowhere. The girl. Who's the girl? Who's Dysis? An actress? No idea. We'll find someone. Promise me. Promise me, whoever she is, that she agrees with all of this. Let her know all the details. I promise. Andre, do you really believe something like this could work out? I don't have the slightest idea. But you know how much I indulge in making an idea come true when it takes hold of me? I hope you know what you're doing. Tell me how I can help. Oh no, leave it to me. I'll take care of all the island business. You make sure to convince Clover to come here, and to take care of the baby. And when this is all over, we'll bring down Upbring. Together, like old times. You can trust me. Wow. Okay, that's a very long conversation and one heck of a plot twist. So the plot twist of a plot twist. Oh boy.